action.
Okay, so now we're going to identify approaches used by the public services to reduce crime, disorder and antisocial behaviour. So approaches to reduce crime, disorder and antisocial behaviour crime occur in all areas of society. While it may differ from region to region in its type, quantity and severity, there is no part of society that does not have some degree of crime within it. It is important, therefore, that strategies are in place to reduce crime, disorder and antisocial behaviour. In order to develop strategies, crimes are recorded and then they can be categorised and investigated using a standardised system. This allows the police to compare crime statistics across forces and establish crime patterns. Recording crimes highlights the volume of work the police have to deal with and enables them to work with other agencies to target specific crimes in certain areas and to implement crime reduction strategies more effectively. An approach that the public services take in order to reduce crimes is ASBO. This is a method that the police use in order to make a person aware of their behavioural problems, putting them into policing systems so that if they recommit an offence, they will be punished and appropriately according to their ASBO. The ASBO revolves around stopping the antisocial behaviour, but in the way which they would reduce crime by putting PCSOs on streets so that people feel less inclined to commit a crime as they know that there could be an officer around any corner. The public services also put into place youth clubs to reduce antisocial behaviour in things such as parks and open spaces, and this makes the community feel safer and it's just generally more aesthetically pleasing for the public to enjoy their time in.
Now to analyse how the strategies used by the local community public services work to reduce crime, disorder and antisocial behaviour. The NCA CEOP Command works with child protection partners across the UK and overseas to identify all the key and main threats to children and takes action against these threats to bring offenders to account. They protect children from harm, online and offline. They partner with local and international agencies, one being One Punch Can Kill. This is a charity that raises awareness of violent acts and fighting. What you think as a drunken punch or a little scuffle can actually take a life if hit in the right place. So this charity raises awareness in hope people will think before they react and don't have to pay the consequences and live with guilt for the rest of your life. I think One Punch Can Kill worked because when they brought it in December 2013, violent crimes then dropped into January 2014 with a reported 58 in January and 61 in December. People who suffer from emotional cost of crime must attend support groups and rehabilitation in order for them to feel normal again. The most common emotional effect of crime is mental illness. This can result in severe emotional distraught and leave the victim scared, vulnerable, and unable to operate in everyday situations. Rethink is the largest voluntary sector provider of mental health services, with over 200 services in England. Founded just over 40 years ago, they provide voluntary groups for people affected by mental illness. They have over 100 support groups in England.
Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about how the public and third sector organisations support witnesses and victims of crime. So the police protect both victims and witnesses. Keeping, but like in many ways, keeping your identity, keeping your identity and other personal information about the individual, private. This is to ensure the safety of the individual if threatened or harassed. If and when you attend court, you will be given separate rooms away from other members of the public, along with the accused, for your own safety and if you have any personal reasons to do so. Also, if the accused gets out of prison or isn't sentenced at court, safety measures will always be enforced by the police. An example of this would be the accused having a restraining order against the suggested victims, CCTV put in place, and anything to ensure the safety of the victim or others involved. And Victim Support is a third-party organisation that crime is, unfortunately, happens, and it offers emotional support and allows you to feel yourself again, go back to how you were before everything happened, because crime does affect you in more ways than one. So it's so important for these charities and organisations to be involved, because it allows you to start again. It allows you to, you know, emotionally be back to your, be stable then. But like for like the younger people, as well as the older people, they show you how to pay your bills and apply for jobs and just day-to-day life. And I feel like the government so need to keep it up and running, because without these organisations, victims and like families of these victims are going to be under so much pressure, and I reckon mental health issues will increase significantly, because if you haven't got someone to stabilise you, then you're not going to have the motivation to do so. So I think that is vital that the government continue doing what they're doing, 100%.